Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gamey Daddy channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So I got a question from one of my past videos. I can't remember which it is. I just go in my comments and I just look through comments and I respond. I heart some of them, and I read a comment and somebody said, hey, do you know of a good status effect build to use? I'm returning back to the game. Now, that was a very fun question because for many of you who know, I really enjoy status effects in the Division 2. In fact, I will take the Division 2 anytime, any day over the Division 1 just because of status effects. That's all. Now, it may sound really crazy. It may sound quite absurd that just that one thing is quite convincing enough to be able to allow for me to switch both games. But the way that they set up the mechanics here is quite interesting. Now, I have a status effect build, and I want to show you the build in action. It's quite challenging to use, but I'm going to try my best to do a good job while we're here. And, one thing about open world is the unpredictability. So if I get messed up and all that, don't laugh. But I want you to see the value in running this status effect build, okay? Now, I've shown the build before. I've made videos about it, talking about different components. And the formula that I gave that agent was use 4 pieces of Eclipse Protocol. Oh, somebody saw me. Oh my gosh. They were patrolling. Use 1 piece of, use the Vow Mask, and then use 1 piece of the Golden Gear sets. So these guys are patrolling. This is the thing about open world in Division 2. When you're playing open world missions, you really have to be very careful. If I had popped that thing off, these guys would have melted the heck out of me. But I should be able to wipe them out. So check this out. They're not even going to be able to shoot a single bullet. That guy might. He might not. So 2 puffs of smoke. So if you think about it, if you remember when I used the oxidizer, it took a little bit to get the oxidizer going. Let me take these guys out. Let's go. So this build has a multi-kill capability. It can take out many NPCs at the same time. It's a little cheeky to use, but once you get the hang of it, man, you just become a mad dog in how well you're able to do and use status effects. And this is the XP center. This is where you come farm XP at. And so a lot of us usually come here in order for us to be able to farm XP in the game when we're playing, when we're doing the seasons and all that stuff. This guy's still alive? Jeez. All right. Look how much work this thing is doing. And I'll show you the setup if you want to see it. Just give me a moment. Let me melt some more fools. They all come out of that room. You could just kind of hold them off all there, and then it will transfer this. It will transmit the status effects to other people. And the weapon I'm using, I just need a headshot to be able to get more bang for buck. Did I get a headshot? I got a headshot. Perfect. Let's go. So when I do a headshot, I also get more status effect. I think 50% more. If you notice how fast I got to take out everybody. Yikes. I don't have any thing here. Hold on. That works. Someone's bleeding. Good. Man, if I had a fire starter, they'll all be done. All right, let's see. They're almost all done now. Yep. See how easy that was, sort of, kind of, when it comes to messing up bad guys and all. So what I'll do, because, this is a control point that we farm quite frequently, I hope this works. I'll just put my, I'll put my bleeder over there, stinger, hive over there. And this guy's gonna take a little bit to go down. He's not gonna go down that fast. He's gonna dance around a little bit. And what I usually do is I'll also go post myself up here while everybody's trying to take him out. That way I don't bother myself too much when I take him out. Because once I take him out, the others are gonna spawn. Another tip is to take this thing out, because if somebody blows up, if somebody shoots it and it blows up while you're there, yeah, that's all you, man. So he's done. Now, another thing I do, too, is I run this build sometimes with the survivalist specialization. That's actually better because I have grenades when I'm running solo. I have the incendiary grenades. If you notice, nobody's coming from there. After setting all that stuff up, that's insane. So I have the headshot with perpetuation. That's what the talent's called. So I just need to burn this one guy. And when it's done... that didn't spread. Dang it. Oh, crap. Somebody climbing upstairs? Okay, so I have her under a status effect. My gun damage is actually not bad. I'm surprised. Where are the bad guys? I just need one. Oh, there you are. These guys are coming upstairs. I gotta go. I think they got melted downstairs. How did this guy get past the stinger? Die, fool. That should be done. You should be taken care of. I hope the boss comes from the right side. Yes. So you notice they're all just gonna go straight into that stinger, and many of them aren't gonna make it. That's it. It's bad. It's just not good. So this build is actually one of the best builds in the game. I don't know many builds that can do a job as good as it can. It really is insane. It's stupid good the way that it works. Oh, this fool. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. Ah, dang it. I'm down. Let me see if the control point leader will come get me. I was trying to see, because usually if you hit him with the grenade, whatchamacallit, if you hit him with the disruptor grenade or disorient grenade or whatever it is, it still can actually destroy, because I think it has a little bit of damage and can destroy their little rigged. It says there's a patrol. This is one thing about heroic that I'm not a big fan of. You're gonna spend a lot of time dealing with enemy NPCs who have no business, you know, with you. Did I get him enough with the bleed? So bleed takes it like 84 grand, and that's when I'm playing in a group and somebody has like overcharge. Yeah, that's it. I finished the control point in like how many minutes? Like 6 minutes, maybe more. Okay, let's look at the build. Okay, build is very simple. The weapon I'm using is a military AKM. It has perpetuation on it. Headshots grant 50% status effect damage and duration to the next status effect you apply. It has a 20-second cooldown. It's really powerful. The 20-second cooldown, you won't even notice if you apply a status effect on an enemy NPC. There is a perfect version of this, and I think it is on a... Man, I can't remember. I think it's on... Is it on an MK17? So if you want to use that version will give you a little bit more... I would say it's a little interesting, but I like this military AKM. Because with a full skill build, I'm hitting at like 83,000 on my base damage. I have a lot of rounds to go, so that's one of the reasons I actually do use it. I hope rogues aren't coming. Sometimes you finish a control point and then it's like rogue music. I don't use my secondary. I don't use my harmony here. I'm supposed to be using my Scorpio because that's another status effect dealing weapon. That's usually how I run it. So if you want to know, the Scorpio adds all these status effects to the enemy NPCs depending on the stacks that you use. So if you don't have a Scorpio, farm for the shotguns on the map. Just hit up the map and then look up the targeted loot, and anywhere the shotguns are dropping, farm that area or mission on a more respectable difficulty, so heroic or more. If you can do legendary, well, don't do legendary to farm, just do heroic to farm. Some people advise that you do challenging, and that can help you. Chess piece is an Eclipse Protocol chess piece. I have status effect rolled on it. I don't even have the max status effect in my library yet. And I'm using the backpack. I'll actually also optimize to get the max status effect as well. My gloves, status effect, knee pads, status effect. Holsters, a golden gear holster. It has status effect and skill damage. I think they both kind of work together somewhat because there is a damage value for your skills that deal or inflict damage. But the status effect value for them is also factored in. You know, I think there's a duration that damage actually works on. So for in some weird mathematical sense, they work together, and that weird mathematical sense I cannot explain to you guys. I'm sorry. That's something I don't really know, but I do know for sure that status effect's a big deal. And then the golden holster has 170,000 armor as the roll. If you notice, the only thing I rolled on there was status effect. It's a holster that I cannot find any like it. I think this was in the summit. Somebody maybe gave this to me, or I think I looted it, and I was so excited afterwards. And then the host of the show, the host of the show are these two pieces over here. The Vow Mask, which has toxic delivery. Status effects also apply a damage over time debuff for 10 seconds. The total damage dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade damage, and increased by your status effect attribute. So a status effect is going to apply a damage over time debuff, and that's the beauty of it. So that debuff is actually pretty cool. And then this particular talent here on the 4-piece, pretty much indirect transmission, says your status effect now spreads on kill to all enemies within 10 meters and refreshes 50% of the duration. So that's pretty cool. You have a much more rich status effect that you're applying to enemy NPCs. And then if you use the backpack talent, you get the system aggravator talent, which says it amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 30%. So ideally, if you're firing your weapon on a status affected enemy, you amplify the damage by 30%. What I like doing is sometimes I'll run Survivalist, and I think I mentioned this, because Survivalist allows for your teammates, if I'm in a group, I run Survivalist for sure. It allows for your teammate to be able to deal an extra 10% damage to enemy NPCs that are under a status effect. Now, I do know when I run Survivalist, I don't get the benefit of 6 skill tiers based on the technician, but I usually run skill tier 5, and it does just as well, because there's, kind of a multitude of players that are now playing and dealing with all of the situations and the scenarios together, that it really does make for kind of a good, I would say, it pairs well with a good team. Nobody can actually, I don't know, I've seen people argue and say, it's a cheap build or whatever, but maybe they're just being nitpicky, because I've seen them on comments or on forum posts that people are saying, it seems like everybody's running the same skill builds or whatever. But this is one of those builds where if you really want to take on a mission and you want to do that mission in a respectable time, this build can come in handy. And, like I said, I just finished the control point in about 6 minutes or 7 minutes, however long. I'm not trying to go for some competition, but for the sake of efficiency, for the sake of farming, XP or whatever it is you're trying to do, maybe you're trying to get your Shade Watch level up, this might be a build that can actually run and help you to be able to accomplish that. So that's pretty much my video. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. If you run status effect builds, let me know how you run them. If you have any questions regarding the way I run mine with a chem launcher, let me know in the comment section. And I didn't even mod this thing. Goodness. Oh yeah, I suck. I don't have mods on here. I have beautiful, beautiful mods on my PlayStation account. So that version has some of the best mods, whereas my PC account, I cannot find mods for this thing to save my life. It's so sad. But I'll get out of your hair. Thanks so much for watching the video. I appreciate you guys' time and audience. Talk to you guys in another one. Peace out.